Okay, we're going to go ahead and show folks how to to set up some private and private and public keys. Set up a handshake so where you don't have to enter a password each time you're trying to log into your remote server. This can help for many reasons, including we're going to set one up not just on the Cpanel, which folks might wonder about, and that's probably going to be how most folks will reference this. But we're also going to do it for Gitlab, so I can pull from a private Gitlab repository over SSH. So we've got, as you can see, we're trying to log into the remote server, and it's going to ask us for our password. So let me go ahead and focus. I just set this account up. And let's see. And part of the reason is here, right here, it's like, oh man, I typed it, and let me try again. You don't want to have to go through that, retyping it all the time. So you can see that we've logged into the thing. I don't have any fun, kind of cool banners on this one. I never will set that up on this server, actually. So we're in. You can see the distinction will be from here. So we don't want to have to do that. You can see, yes, this is not the stock bash prompt. I've already set that up. I pulled the files and everything else. I'm just going back and setting this and showing you guys how to do this. So we want to prevent that, right? So what we're going to do is, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to. We want to generate a key on our local systems if there's not already one there. So if you go to your root directory of your home user, I think probably the same will be, at least for Linux, it's this way. The same will probably be the case for Mac. Windows, forget about it. Maybe go ahead and find another operating system, I hate to say it. Not a big Windows fan, haven't been for years. Yeah, kind of a geeky thing. But you should be able to get into your SSH. It's going to have that dot there, so it's typically hidden. And then you'll see that in there, what will be pretty standard is this ID RSA, or the ID RSA pub. These two match. This is your private key, and this is what? Your public key. And this is the one that you'll want to share. In this case, they have already been generated on this machine, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove them. Okay, so I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove the next one, the pub, and we're going to see that they no longer exist. So if we were, for instance, we were in our Cpanel access, and we were in our SSH, we wouldn't see them. We're going to come back to this. So if pretending you're on your local server, if you don't see any in here, we're going to want to throw in a command that will go ahead and generate those for us. And let's see if I can find this one here somewhere, and I may just grab it from the repo. But here it is right here, and we're just going to, we'll put it up here at the top. So it's an SSH keygen T RSA capital C, and then my email address. You can use whatever email address you want to in here, right? Oops. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put that in though. Okay, so Joseph@verilucis.com. Okay, so once you do that, it will say you want to save it as, and there's that stock ID RSA. I don't know why you would need multiples in this case. Don't worry about it. Go with the stock, because you'll remember those. If you ever start putting other things in the directory, you'll be able to easily identify them. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave our password empty. And we're going to leave our password empty in this case, because, then we're creating, we won't need that. We're not going to need that password. We just want to get right into our system. If you're generating these over some kind of Cpanel, I think they actually make you. Okay. But we can see that now we're back. We have our ID RSA set up. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, and we're never going to give the private, again, this is very important. We're never going to give this private key away. It's always going to sit here and wait for a handshake from this public key. We'll leave our public key here, but we're going to go ahead and grab this public key, and we're going to put it over on our Gitlab server. And I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to grab the one from my. Actually, let's do that. And we'll grab this one. We'll set up now. A lot of you folks are probably just caring about the Cpanel one, but we're just going to drop it in here, and I'm going to add this, and I'm going to add it to the new. The domain I just went ahead and grabbed. We're just going to add the key here for the SSH key, so I can pull things from my Git server with that particular that key. So what are we talking about here? If you want the private key on your local machine, and then you want to take that public key and you want to give it to that remote one, So that remote one, whenever it tries to log into your system, it will be able to create the handshake. Okay, so in this case, we're going to get out of here. Okay, we're going to get out of this area, and we're going to go to my local machine, and I'm already in the proper directory. And then we have it, right? We have the ID RSA, right? And the public is the one that we're going to want. And we're going to go ahead and now, for most of you, this is what you're going to see. This is your local machine. You're going to set it up. If you don't, we generate it like I showed you before. We're going to copy this dude here. Okay, we're going to go to our cPanel. And in our cPanel, we're going to look for something like this. Your different hosts have different interfaces, but it is SSH access. It may say shell access. If they don't, you want to go ahead and contact your server, look around, find out if they even offer it. If they don't, you might want to find another server. If you want to work with SSH, once you start doing this, it's pretty addictive. It's wonderful to work on the command line if you're geeky enough. So if you don't see it, they probably don't offer it. So we're going to go ahead and click on the SSH access, and we're going to manage our SSH keys from here. In this case, we're going to import a key. We're not going to generate a new key. We already did that on the command line, and that's the one that we have right here. Okay, we have both the public and we have the private one. They are the exact same things that are on that command line that we did already on this, because this is the server. This is the remote. This is just a front end for it. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and import the key from here, because most people are going to do it that way, and we're just going to drop it. Oopsie. Every time I highlight something, it does that. So we're just going to drop this dude in here. Okay. And we're going to import. Oops, what did I not do? I did not put a name. The key named nothing was imported. I don't want that. We don't want that. What are we doing with that? And it actually, what did it do? It gave us the RSA, and that's confusing, right? Because you see this IDSA, and of course, because that's the algorithm that's used for, that's the type of SSH or encryption that's used, the DSA. So we're just going to delete this real fast, and I'm going to run over here while that's being deleted. And because I had a whole bunch of stuff in my clipboard, I'm going to go ahead and grab this again. And again, for me, whenever it highlights, it does that. And we're going to go ahead and what are we going to do? We're going to import a key, and we're going to put a title on this. It's recognizable. For me, it's my typical VLDT for desktop. And we're not going to put it in the private key area. We're going to put it in the public key area, because that's what we just did, right? That's what we... Man, oh man. So we're going to go ahead and that's what we did. We looked at the public key. So we're going to go back to managing. There's one more step. You think that would be it, right? I mean, hey, we just imported the key's there. That public key is there. Hey, that we should be cool. But in the VDT, it's not authorized. We actually take one more step. We go back around to the manage, and we have to hit authorize. And once we do that, we should be good to go. So if we're back on the command line, and we are, in this case, I'm at my local server in the SSH. If I SSH into, let's go back, boom, 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 to this. Now what we should see is we automatically get in. We don't have to enter a password. So next step, I'm going to make some navigation keys, some simple SSH, and then, maybe VL, and then I'm in. And I don't have to store the passwords for it in whatever aliases or do anything like that. I don't have to put any of those commands. It just does the handshake and it goes right in. So hopefully that helps some of you. Let's go ahead and do a quick review, okay? Even though hopefully people are just pausing as they went through. So what you need is to generate a public and a private key on your local machine. And you're going to share the public key with your cPanel, the SSH access here, right? So what do? You go into your local computer, you go to that particular directory, okay, the SSH, the .ssh. You go in there and you look for that file we said, the IRS, let me see, just because I don't want to start the DSA, RSA, confusing. We go here, and so we're going to look for the IDRSA public. And we're going to take the public key, and we can cat that out, meaning it's going to just throw it out there for us. We could do it other ways. We could open it up and copy paste, but this is just easy. And then we're going to grab that, all one line. We're going to go into our SSH access, and we're going to import a key. We're going to put it in the, or manage the key SSH keys. Then we're going to import the key. We're going to drop it in the public area. Okay, put a title, public area, import. Then remember, last step is to go back and you have to authorize the key. That's it. There you go. I know I said it twice. Hopefully that really just reinforces what we just went through. Good luck. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope that helps you guys. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk with you later.